In 2018, Doja Cat's debut album, Amala, flopped. Not slightly underperformed. Flopped. Her label RCA had signed her at 17 years old after a SoundCloud song called So High went viral. She recorded an EP, then an album, and then the album came out and almost no one bought it. She had a record deal with one of the most powerful labels in the music industry and essentially nothing to show for it commercially. The industry standard response in that situation is a quiet conversation about the future of the deal. Most artists in that position get dropped. Doja Cat did not get dropped. What happened instead is one of the strangest and most interesting career trajectories in modern music. A story that goes from a flopped debut to a viral meme to a #1 Billboard hit to a deliberate self-sabotage that somehow made her bigger than she had ever been. And the infrastructure that made all of it possible was an app that did not exist when she signed her deal. Amala Zandil Dlamini grew up in Los Angeles. Her father is South African filmmaker Dumisani Dlamini. Her mother is a painter of Jewish and European descent. She grew up around musicians and artists and started making music as a teenager using YouTube instrumentals she would find online, recording in her bedroom, teaching herself to sing and rap. She uploaded songs to SoundCloud the way her generation uploaded everything to SoundCloud, because SoundCloud was where you put things to see if anyone cared. Someone cared. A producer connected to Kimosabi Records, which is a label jointly operated with RCA, heard So High and passed it up the chain. She was offered a deal. She was 17. She signed. The debut EP came out in 2014. Then she went quiet for 4 years. The industry record for what happened next is murky, but the picture that emerges from interviews she has given since is that she was making music. It wasn't clicking with the label, and the relationship was not going well. The debut album, Amala, finally came out in 2018. It charted at 184 on the Billboard 200. For context, that is a number that tells you almost no one bought it. But while the album was underperforming commercially, she released a song called Moo. Moo is exactly what it sounds like. A song about being a cow. She raps about being a cow. She sings about being a cow. The music video features her in a cow print outfit in front of a green screen showing farm imagery. It is extremely stupid and extremely funny and went viral immediately because in 2018, being extremely stupid and extremely funny on the internet was exactly what the internet rewarded. Moo did not save her career commercially, but it told anyone paying attention something important about Doja Cat. She was not trying to be what her label wanted her to be. She was making things she found funny and interesting and putting them out because she wanted to, and if people liked them, great, and if they didn't, that was also fine. That energy, completely unfiltered, completely unconcerned with whether the industry considered it a serious artistic statement, is the specific thing that was about to become extremely valuable when TikTok arrived. Hot Pink came out in November 2019. The album had a song on it called Say So. Say So is a 70s influenced disco pop song about wanting to tell someone you like them. It is pleasant. It charted modestly when the album came out. And then in early 2020, someone on TikTok created a choreographed dance to Say So. And then someone else did the dance. And then someone else. The dance spread across TikTok in the specific way that only TikTok dances spread, each iteration spawning hundreds more, each one tagging the original audio, each tag driving more people to the sound, each new person who heard the sound going to find the original song. By May 2020, Say So was #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. A song that had been sitting quietly on an album for 6 months became the #1 song in the country because a choreographed dance spread across a social media app. This is the moment most music industry people point to when they talk about TikTok changing the distribution model for music. Before TikTok, a song needed radio play, playlist placement on Spotify or Apple Music, or significant label marketing spend to reach #1. After TikTok, a song needed a dance, or a trend, or a sound that people wanted to use for their own content. The record label's traditional distribution infrastructure became secondary to whether the song had the right properties to spread organically on a platform they did not control. Doja Cat had understood this intuitively before the industry did. She was already making content that was built to spread on the internet. Mo'o spread because it was absurd and quotable. Say, so spread because it had the exact sonic properties that make a song work as background audio for a video, upbeat, familiar feeling, with a hook that hits fast. She did not engineer either of those things deliberately in the way a label marketing department would. She just made things that were her, and the internet responded. Planet Her came out in June 2021. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. It produced 5 consecutive top 20 hits, including Kiss Me More with SZA, which won the Grammy for Best Pop Duo Group Performance. She performed at Coachella. She was on the cover of every major music magazine. By any conventional metric, she was now one of the biggest pop stars in the world. And then she started burning it down. The Scarlet era began with a tweet. In the summer of 2023, Doja Cat posted on X telling the fans who had followed her since the Say So days, the ones who called themselves kittens, that she did not want that fan base anymore. She said she was embarrassed by the people who had been defending her online. She told them to leave. She called them weird. She was clearly agitated with the online fan culture that had built up around her, and she said so directly without any of the diplomatic language artists usually use when they are frustrated with their audiences. The response was enormous. People who had been dedicated Doja Cat fans for years felt publicly dismissed. Some left. Some stayed out of stubbornness. Some new people showed up specifically because they were intrigued by an artist who would tell her own fan base to go away. The Scarlet album dropped in September 2023. It was the hardest sonic pivot she had made. Where Planet Her was pop-forward, glossy, radio-friendly, made to be played everywhere, Scarlet was aggressive hip-hop. Hardcore in places, horrorcore in others, deliberately alienating to the audience that had made her famous with Say So. The lead single, Paint the Town Red, debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Her first solo number 1. The album that was supposed to be the one that lost her mainstream audience was the one that produced her biggest commercial hit. The Scarlet Tour ran from October 2023 through July 2024 across 46 shows and grossed over $40 million. Billboard named her one of the greatest pop stars of 23. Not despite the pivot, because of it. What Doja did with Scarlet is something the music industry almost never sees work. An artist at the peak of their commercial success deliberately making something that alienates their existing audience to attract a new one. It almost always fails. The artists who try it usually end up with neither the old audience nor the new one. It worked for Doja because the thing she pivoted toward was something she had always actually been. The internet meme artist who made Mo'o was closer to Scarlet than she was to Planet Her. Planet Her was commercially successful, but it was also a version of herself that she had constructed for maximum chart performance. Scarlet was what she actually wanted to make. The audience that showed up for Scarlet was not the audience that had followed her since Say So. It was a new audience that found an artist making exactly what she wanted to make without apology or compromise. And the old audience, the ones she had told to leave, many of them stayed anyway, because she was still interesting. She has a new album out in 2026 called V and a world tour called the Tourma V running through this year. The label that almost dropped her after Amala flopped is still her label. 14 years after signing her at 17. The girl who made Moo in her bedroom is now headlining arena tours. And the industry that spent years trying to figure out how she kept winning is still not entirely sure how she does it. The honest answer is that she has never tried to be what the industry wanted her to be. She made Moo because it was funny. She made Say So because she liked the sound. She made Scarlet because she was frustrated with being a pop star. And TikTok, the app that did not exist when she signed her deal, turned out to be built exactly for the kind of content she had been making her entire career. Unfiltered, unpredictable, impossible to look away from. Rise and ruin, every time.